Hi, I have two facts for you. Although not all diets lead to eating disorders, many eating disorders are rooted in dieting and restriction. Fact number two, just recently, Weight Watchers was being sued by their board of directors because the allegation is that Weight Watchers didn't report that their membership base was actually falling. Why am I sharing this? Because of bonus fact number three. Weight Watchers just released a brand new app, a dieting app, marketed to kids ages 8 to 17, and I'm very concerned. Hi, my name is Eve, and I love helping people have peace with food in any situation, no matter what is happening in their lives. And today what I want to talk about is Weight Watchers' new Kurbo app. It's a weight loss app that is targeting kids ages 8 to 17. Please keep watching if you have a kid, and if you don't have a child, please forward this to any friends or family that do, because this is really serious. And I want to share my concerns, starting out with the way this app is laid out. The foods are in the traffic light system. There's like the green foods that go ahead and eat, and the red have less of. I'm sure you've seen that before, the red, yellow, and the green. And starting with that, a real problem, once we put foods in the red category or the bad category, it becomes a bad food. And as many of you have experienced, once you call a food bad, it increases guilt when eating that food. Guilt and food obsession. Guilt and food obsession certainly increase the likelihood of overeating on that particular food. So that green light, red light issue actually promotes even more black and white thinking that is so problematic for people today. Furthermore, I want to share the foods that are on the green list, the go ahead and eat list. These are all the foods on the list. I actually downloaded the app myself to learn more about it, and I did some research about it. And these are the foods that are on the green list. I'm going to list them for you. Let me know what you think, okay? We have fresh fruits and vegetables, herbs, vinegar, tomato sauce, mustard, non-fat milk, water, sparkling water, herbal tea, and coffee. Yes, coffee. Not only am I concerned that we're telling 8-year-olds to have coffee and we're promoting that as a green food, but where was the protein on this list? I mean, if you don't drink non-fat milk, there's no source of protein, no source of fat. There are no grains here. And so for a growing child who has a developing brain and organs and tissues, and their metabolism is, just developing, this is really problematic that none of these foods are on the green list. Furthermore, another issue that I have with this app is this is getting kids on the phone even more. In today's day and age, why would we want our kids on the phone longer? Not only is this used as a food tracker, but it's also being used as a place where kids could play games pertaining to food to learn more about the app. And there's some videos on there as well. So another concern there, having our kids on the phone, on media even longer. The next concern I have is that it's having kids rely on external factors to dictate when, what, and how much to eat. As we all know, relearning how to listen to the body is what actually helps. And so disregarding could actually be further problematic. Another issue I have with this is that we're promoting dieting and weight loss to kids. As many of you know, you can't necessarily control the shape or the size of your body. A lot of it has to do with genetics, socioeconomic factors, access to food. And in the app itself, it has several stories that are very stigmatizing to people who have bigger bodies. Stigmatizing somebody's weight and shape, that's unhealthy, not just for their physical health, but for their mental health as well. Another problem I have with this app is that there's coaching. You have to pay a premium and you could get some coaching, but this coaching is administered by non-professionals. So ask yourself, how many times have you been traumatized by recommendations given to you by non-professionals? Hey, some of my clients have even been traumatized by recommendations given by professionals who just don't know about eating struggles, eating disorders, or disordered eating. So I have a real concern about the professionals or the coaches that are trying to help these kids. And finally, diets don't work. Diets don't work for adults. They don't work with kids. So why are we promoting this? So, I don't just want to be here, creating fear. I'm sure they meant well on some level. I hope they meant well on some level. And so if you have kids, or if you know people who have kids, here are some suggestions. Suggestion number 1 is address your own eating. Kids learn from what you do, not from what you say. So if you're struggling with overeating, undereating, anxiety around food, address that, because your kids are learning, they're watching, they're very smart. Suggestion number 2 is when you serve your kids food, provide variety. Not only do you want to give them fruits and vegetables, you also want to provide a variety of sources of protein, of calcium, of grains, of fats. You want to have a nice nutritional array available to them. Another suggestion is to teach your kids body awareness, teaching them what hunger feels like, what physical hunger feels like, helping them understand comfortable sensations of satisfaction or fullness, helping them distinguish between physical hunger and other urges and needs, distinguishing between physical hunger and the emotions they may be having. Another great suggestion is to teach your kids to love their body as it is now. If you have a problem with your kid's body, well, that's your issue and it's important to address that. But teaching your kids to love their body while they're young is really important, because it turns out people who like their body, who like themselves, are more likely to engage in health behaviors long term. And isn't that what we want for our kids? Don't we want them to like themselves and to take good care of themselves long term? And finally, play with your kids. In the app, it has recommendations for movement. How about playing with your kids? How about talking to your kids? How about listening to your kids? So to sum up, if you choose to use this app, I recommend doing so with extreme caution. And there's so many other things that you could do that are actually helpful for our kids. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.